Welcome to this month's newsletter. Today is October 28th. We are looking at the weekly chart for Nifty, and we're trying to bottom out here at this support level. Keep in mind we have a flat keygen which is acting as support. We did bounce off the same level back in March, and now we are at that same place. Are we going to turn around here? We don't know. This is a potential support area. At this point, if they do break this level, we could have a lot more downside, potentially around here 9212. We do have a Kumo shadow here, and 9000 level we do have Kumo shadows there to support. Obviously, you don't want to be a buyer at this point. You're below the Kumo on the weeklies, you're below the Kijun, below the Tenkan, Shikao's below the candles. So everything is bearish at this point. Looking at the daily chart, nothing really good here, a huge down move. The point is, are they going to support here or not? Continue to hold the short level, short positions, or put options if you have those. At this point, really, there's no need to buy anything long. Unless they can show that the bulls are back in control, which they haven't yet. So, looking at some stocks like IDFC, there was really good potential to make money on these stocks in the last few days. If you had shorted them or bought some put options on it, here's IDFC. Really nice Chicago breakdown. Keep in mind that there's plenty of stocks right now which were in a bull trend before this carnage started. So some of them would have weekly bullish charts, and now the daily has broken into a bearish chart. So those are the things you want to avoid, because there is those two are not in sync. But stocks like IDFC was a bearish on the weekly chart. So looking at a nice breakdown below the cloud here, you could have shorted or bought some puts around 46, and you can continue to hold the stocks. Realize there's a big doji here. You could definitely take profits along the way, but this one is something you could have easily made some good money on the downside. Similar situation with BHEL. This one could still be shorted or put spot on. We already know it's on a weekly bearish level, so if they break these lows, we could be headed much lower. So this one could be a potential short candidate. BEML was a good stock to have made money on. Really in a downtrend here, but really good Chicago break strategy in early September. So looking at the weekly charts, bearish all the way. And as soon as you got this signal again, Chicago breaking out, you could have shorted it around the 767, 760 area for a nice move down. So if you keep these things in mind, that you are trading primarily depending on what your longer term trend is, like if you're trading the dailies, make sure you're trading in sync with the weekly. You should find those stocks. In a bearish environment, find the stocks which are bearish, and then drill down to the daily level and short it on the daily level. Walk Pharma, same situation here. Nice Chicago breakout around this level at around 586, and now it's at 440. If you looked at the weekly, this was a bearish chart failing at the weekly Kijun. So there are stocks out there, you just have to find them and be patient with them. So you can just, for example, stocks like LNT. LNT is just breaking down below the cloud on the daily chart, but would you short it? I wouldn't, because on the weekly, let's see. On the weekly also it is breaking down, but the Chicago is still above the cloud. That's a little concerning. So this one, so if the Chicago breaks out below the cloud, this one would also go short. Things like Reliance. Now Reliance on the weekly is above the cloud, Chicago above the candles. So this one is bullish on the weekly. Well, mildly bullish because it is below the Kijun and the Tenkan, but it's in that gray area where you really don't want to short it. Even though on the daily it's below the cloud, the Chicago is below the cloud, you really don't want to short it because overall the bullish, the longer term trend is bullish. So these are the stocks I would avoid shorting directly at this point. Only those that are in sync with the longer term trend, you should be shorting those. Buying out of the question at this point until the technical picture on the entire market improves. On the other hand, good news out there. The book many people were waiting for is out now. If you go to my website, it is there, or if you go to Amazon and type in my name with the books, it will show up how to make money trading options. Um, hopefully you guys will enjoy that book as well. So that'll be it.